Chapter 33, How Real Servants Act. Jeeves! We serve God by serving others. Didn't we already have this chapter, more than once? The world defines greatness in terms of power, possessions, prestige, and position. How alliterative. And wow, the whole world has one common definition? Wow! Rick says if you can demand service from others, you've arrived. At the to-go window, Christian leaders still jockey for position and prominence in churches, denominations, and parachurch ministries. Unlike Rick Warren, who doesn't have to jockey for position, he's already at the top thanks to Ted Haggard's prostitute for coming forward. Thousands of books have been written on leadership, but few on servanthood. Bullshit, Rick! I know this for a fact! Servant leadership courses were like the big trend in the late 90s, early 2000s for nonprofit organizations, which I know because I kind of wrote a few servant leadership classes. Huh? To be like Jesus is to be a servant. That's what he called himself. Yes, he also called himself God. Can I be that instead? Chapters 15 through 33 are go to church, give them money, volunteer. That's how you serve God. The obvious conflict of interest in that this is a clergy member saying these things never apparently occurs. God often tests our hearts by asking us to serve in ways we're not shaped, which completely contradicts with everything you said in the last few chapters about how you shouldn't do things you're not shaped for because it'll be all upsetting. Your primary ministry should be in the area of your shape. But your secondary service is wherever you're needed at the moment. So whatever your cult leader wants you to do, regardless if it really fits your shape we just spent 2 chapters on or not. It is possible to serve in church for a lifetime without ever being a servant. You must have a servant's heart. How can you tell if you have a servant's heart? Jesus said, you can tell what they are by what they do. Hang on a second. So Jesus says that they're a servant if they serve, but Rick Warren says that's not good enough. Turns out service is a lot like fellowship. Real servants make themselves available to serve. Servants don't fill up their time with other pursuits, jobs, family, hobbies, interests, talents, skills, paying bills, doing chores, taking care of your house, taking care of your children. No. They don't do anything that could limit their availability to serve their cult. Ah, got it. That's a real servant. Being a servant means giving up the right to control your schedule and allowing God to interrupt it whenever he needs to. Wait, I thought we had no rights, Ricky. And didn't God already decide what my schedule will be in every single moment of my entire life before I was ever born? So it's not like I ever had a right to control my schedule according to Rick. How on earth can I give up a right that's not a right and that I never had to begin with? Real servants pay attention to needs. When God puts someone in need right in front of you, he is giving you the opportunity to grow in servanthood, rather than meeting their needs, his own all-powerful self. Notice that God says the needs of your church family are to be given preference, not put at the bottom of your things-to-do list, more commonly known as a to-do list. Apparently, needs only apply to Christian needs. So screw all those heathens and non-believers and, people of other faiths. Great opportunities to serve never last long. That's why you want to ensure that the continent of Africa continues to have a serious HIV epidemic so that there's continual opportunities for Christians to pretend to be serving others while they commit genocide. Got it. That makes sense. Do these little things as if they were great things because God is watching you while you masturbate. Real servants do their best with what they have. Stop bitching about your poverty and your retirement fund and providing for your earthly family. Stop whining all about all that. Remember, all Christians are called to full-time church ministry. Stop bitching and start volunteering for your cult today. At Saddleback, we would rather involve thousands of regular folks in ministry than have a perfect church run by a few elites. Ha! Suck it, Vatican! Rick Warren wants a big cult, and I have a feeling that the commitment cards the church members have to sign Saddleback are probably somewhat like the billion-year contract Sea Org members sign when they volunteer for Scientology. Real servants do every task with equal dedication. So whether you're leading your small group in prayer, handing out hot meals to the homeless, or wiping your own ass, you should do all of those, do every task with equal dedication. Jesus specialized in menial tasks that everyone else tried to avoid. And on this list of menial tasks, Rick Warren includes helping children, because apparently being a parent is menial and not at all valuable. Fuck you, Ricky. Real servants are faithful to their ministry. They don't leave a job half undone, and they don't quit when they get discouraged. Well, I agree, Sarah Palin is no real servant. Faithfulness has always been a rare quality. Most people don't know the meaning of commitment. They make commitments casually, then break them for the slightest reason without any hesitation, remorse, or regret. So, Proposition 8 that you tried so hard to get passed, which frankly I find to be illegal given your tax-exempt religious status, that was because people don't want to commit, Rick. People trying to get married and you blocking them from doing so, that's because you think that they don't really want to commit? Real servants maintain a low profile. Well then, Ricky, you fail! If recognized for their service, they humbly accept it, but don't allow notoriety to distract them from their work. Oh, is that why you gave the inauguration prayer for Obama? It was because you were humbly accepting recognition for your service. But you didn't want to let the notoriety distract you. That's why you're so involved in politics, because that's exactly what God... No! Jesus warned, when you do good deeds, don't try to show off. If you do, you won't get a reward from your Father in heaven. Ricky, you should stop pretending to help people with AIDS. You should stop pretending to help the continent of Africa. Because you're showing off, frankly. I mean, one, you're not actually helping people. Two, you're just doing it to show off. That jeopardizes your eternal reward, Ricky. And we know that's the only reason you have for following God or doing good. So stop that. You won't find many real servants in the limelight. In fact, they avoid it when possible. I like that in sentences that pertain to things which could definitely be shown to be Rick, he doesn't use all or never. He says you won't find many in order to leave a little loophole for himself. Aw, how thoughtful. Unfortunately, many leaders today start off as servants but end up as celebrities. They become addicted to attention, unaware that always being in the spotlight blinds you. You know, I think I know the kind of person that he's describing here. A servant or a clergy member who started off one way but ended up as a celebrity. It's on the tip of my tongue. Dick Warren? Prick Warren? Someone will let me know. Here is your shiny mirror award, Ricky. God has every hair on your head numbered, and he knows your address. Stalker! You have several prominent features on your body that you could live without. It is the hidden parts of your body that are indispensable. Yeah, I can totally have my tonsils, my uterus, and all kinds of parts removed, and, still live. So, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Rick. Remember the words of Jesus, according to some anonymous gospel writer. If, as my representatives, you give even a cup of cold water to a little child, you will surely be rewarded. But taking care of a child for the sake of the child, well, that gets you a lake of fire. Day 33, point to ponder. I serve God by serving others. Well, that would be the only way I'd serve God, because I'd never consciously, knowingly, by choice, ever serve that God if he was real. It'd be even sillier to do it since he's not. Verse to remember, because apparently we'd forgotten it from 2 sentences ago. If you give even a cup of cold water to one of the least of my followers, you will surely be rewarded. Matthew 10:42. Ooh, he used a different translation. Question to consider. Which of the 6 characteristics of real servants offers the greatest challenge to me? I don't know about being faithful to my ministry. I think that's got to be the problem. You know what? Also, the idea of doing every task with equal dedication, that seems a little strange to me. Don't be a servant. Don't be a slave. Be an independent individual who takes care of yourself and others. Everybody on YouTube have great, godless, secular humanist days. Peace